Hey y'all, we are back with another Married at First Sight review.
All right. Let's just jump right into
it. Today we are reviewing season 12, episode 9.
The clipboard is back, y'all. All right, guys, right before we get into the video, you know what you gotta do. You gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this with 5 people. Have you been sharing with 5 people?
Have you?
Have you?
Have you?
Anyway, let's go.
All right, so we're going to start this episode. I kind of wanted to call it what's in the envelope. Because this episode is really focused around them opening an envelope and having to discuss a question based on love. Okay, the 3 little words. I think that's the actual title of the episode. And that's why every question in the episode was based around love. Okay, so we open up with Clara and Ryan, and they're on a pottery date, and they're both making they're both making mugs or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing that I noticed about what Ryan was doing, he paid a lot of attention to detail, almost like taking the fun out of it.
Yeah, he was not in the moment at all.
He wasn't in the moment because he was so like calculated on, okay, this got to be right, that got to be perfect. And he even took the handle off and readjusted it again. And so I kind of took that as a metaphor for how he treat his marriage.
She's doing psychoanalysis now based on a pottery.
No, think about it. Think about it. That's kind of like how he treats his marriage. Like, everything is so calculated. Like, homegirl trying to have some fun.
If it's not adding up, it's not adding up. That's the thing, right?
Exactly.
If the math ain't right.
Then to go to this donut date.
Shorty was eating a lot of donuts.
She was. But she likes donuts. And the way he was looking at her like, yo, shorty, slow down. But no, you took me here. You brought me here. Something is wrong. And he talks about trust and it's hard to let people in. Bro, why'd you sign up for this? Like, you have 2 months to really get to know this person before you have to say, are you going to continue on or if you're going to get a divorce? If you knew that you needed a lot of time, right? Because you need patience. Then this is not the process for you.
But you know what, though, and this might be a general comment for towards the end and doesn't really apply just to Ryan per se. But I think somebody mentioned it in the video during the episode. I feel like some of these people were asking them, like, hey, why did you get married? You were not ready. I think they probably felt like, I can't do this on my own. Let the expert do it for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to fully trust you guys. It's not that I'm coming across I'm not ready. It's just that I probably cannot do this myself. So I'm going to trust myself to these experts to match me with the right person. And then hope something good come out of it.
It's not just like a date. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a dating site. This is a marriage. Like, to go to that extreme, you really have to be prepared.
There has to be a reason why these people put themselves through this. Unless it's for the money. I don't know if they're getting paid or not.
They get paid. They get paid $1,000 an episode. They got to pay a whole bunch of money back if they, Yeah. So in Clara and Ryan's envelope, the question was, how do you specifically want to feel when you're in love? And Clara was very good about explaining. Like, she's talking about if this guy pays attention to her and what she wants and is able to follow through
and do it
and do what she asks or whatever, that's how she feels love.
But Clara, don't. The problem with that is you say that you want him to want to do it.
Yeah.
What if he just does it? Just take it.
But I feel you, Clara, because there's a lot of things that I just want him to do.
Not just that you want me to do it, but you want me to want to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If it's done, it's done. Whether I wanted to do it or not. Take it. Just take it. Anyway, back to
now,
Clara.
At the donut dinner, he's talking and he's like, he takes the fun out of every conversation because it's like, she's like, I feel like I'm at a workshop for how to get your life right. A motivational seminar of some sorts. And I'm like, and he talks about her love language, and like her love language is acts of service. Well, you know what act she wants you to do right now?
She wants the D.
She wants you to jump her bones. Ryan, if you're watching this, jump the girl's bone. That's the acts of service she need.
She wants you to serve
That's
her.
what she needs. You need to stop imposing on her your ways. That's not how relationships work. Like, you let her be, you know what I'm saying? And you learn each other, and you learn from
chill,
each other.
Bro.
Relax.
Just relax. That's all. Just relax.
Loosen your drawers. No? Drawers are not tight, right?
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
The hair is too tight. Too much glue.
Gorilla glue.
Right? Sure.
Let's move on. Virginia and Eric. First of all, does anybody love that hat on Virginia in her little interviews?
Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Because, like, every time I see that clip, I'm like, okay, Virginia, you did that. Like, no, the hat was really cute. I meant to mention that last week, but I'm so glad she had it on again this week.
So she wear it all the time?
I think she should, or get different colors. Like, it just makes her look more mature. No, that hat really did her well. So now Virginia and Eric are golfing. None of them know how to golf. Like, and you would think like Eric would, because you know how every time you see like a couple going golfing, what do you see? What does the guy do?
He show her how to do it.
He goes right behind her, and Eric has no swag. Like, he didn't. But no, let me not say that, because when he played the guitar for her, I was swooning myself. I thought that was so sweet. And he plays really well. He said, "This is going to be a song for you." That got her all the way. She was ready to jump his bones. So Eric has been gone because he had he's a pilot.
Job, yeah.
So he was gone for like a week. And here's a double standard. Because when Virginia was gone, he wanted her to check in every 2 hours.
Okay.
But when he was gone, he didn't check in as much.
She's flying. You can't.
It's not the point.
You can't.
But Virginia said, "I would have liked you to check in a little bit more. You're not flying for 24 hours straight."
Maybe he's not checking in on her because he assumed that she's out with her boyfriends, right? So she doesn't want to come across as being the same way he was last episode, where he kept texting it every 2 hours. Because remember, we had a problem with that. Eric, I'm with you this week.
No, come on. You're flying a plane, for goodness sake. I need to know if you're still alive.
You can't text and fly.
Okay, when you land, text me real quick. Say, "I just landed safe. I can't call, but I'll,
But y'all just told him last week to stop texting every 2 hours.
But is what I'm saying. If you expect it from her, then you need to come through yourself. You don't just tell me to do something,
I don't know.
And now it's your turn to do it, and you're not going to do it. She would have liked you to check in more, period. You were wrong. And then she gets the mimosas out, and she's like, "Virginia, you drink too much, boo. You drink too much." You know how at mimosas you have more orange juice than in a splash of champagne or whatever.
Or equal amount.
And she says she does a dash of orange juice. And he looks at her like, dang, like. But that's so Virginia. So in Virginia and Eric's envelope, the question was, what does love mean to you? And Eric is just so, he runs around questions.
It's like a novel. He talks like it's a novel.
The answer needs to just be 3 words. But Eric will add 21 more words to complete that 3-word response. Then he talks about how he's never been in love with anyone as much as he was with his ex-wife. But that confused me because I thought at the beginning of the show, it was a fake marriage, right? He kept on saying, it wasn't real, like, but now she's the best you've ever had, and you're gonna compare everybody else to her. Like, how do you think that makes Virginia feel?
Make her feel like she want to get a drink.
And so now Virginia is she's just expressing her heart and how where she is with this love thing, and how, you know, throughout her life she hasn't really seen many you know, strong relationships. And as she's expressing her fears and like how she was brought up, Eric just keeps cutting her off, like almost like what you're saying is null and void, because I know. Like, don't do that.
And it's going based off his parents' marriage.
Exactly. He's like, because like you may not know, but I know. I was the one that was fortunate to. So you kind of boasting right now. Like, just listen to me. Listen to my wounds. Like, try to be a source of comfort right now, and don't add more salt to injury. I was really upset with him this week.
He said I was fortunate.
He literally said that.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to see this. So like, almost like, I know I was fortunate to see it. So learn from me. Take the cue from me. Take the advice from me. Bro, sit down. If you don't loosen up, she's going to walk out. Okay?
She's going to drink some more.
And then he ends their scene with him playing for her, which really melted everybody's heart. And then he says, and maybe that's why, because he wanted to tell her that he loves her. You know? Because he kept on saying, take it from me. I was fortunate, so I know. So now I can tell you I love you. Because I know what love is. Kind of like.
You don't know, bro. Stop it.
But when somebody says I love you, you say it back, right? That's so she said it back. She said it back. Did she really mean it? I don't know. But she said it back. Let's see what happens with that. All right. We are up to Bree, and Vivi.
That dude crazy.
Vincent, you may need to see someone. Babe. What is going on with Vincent?
Yeah, my dude be going through manic episodes, bro.
No, because like you started off so well. Like I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good episode for Brianna and Vincent.
That man cray.
This is gonna be a good episode for Brianna and Vincent. All right, let's take it from the top. So their envelope says, "How do you know when you are in love?" Right? And so, you know, they start to share, you know,
they say all the right things.
You know, yeah, it was pretty nice. You know, their portion of the show was start off a little slow. It was no drama. They both said, "I love you." She said it first. He said, "I love you, Miss Vinny." She says that little voice, that little baby voice. "Hi, baby Vinny, I love you." She says, "I love you." And then he said, "I love you too." And honestly, in that moment, like, I believed it.
It's not a matter of him loving her or not. He's just off his meds. He needs to get back on his meds. He really does. He needs to get an appointment. He needs to get an appointment and get a refill. Because something wrong.
It's Vinny. So like he bought her a bike, and it was so cute that he listened to what she said all the way at the wedding reception, where she said, "I want a bike," because she was asking.
So the issue isn't romance. He's just not well.
I don't know if you saw even the shift in his face. This is that when he went salsa dancing, right? So like he surprises her with a bike, so she wants to surprise him. Like, I want to surprise you with with salsa dancing.
Like, out of every single Spanish dance that exists, how was she supposed to know that salsa is the worst one?
He said if she would got bachata dance lessons,
like, bro,
I would have done much better. When anybody thinks of Spanish dances, what do they think of? What's the first dance you think of? Salsa or merengue, right?
Yeah.
But salsa is usually first. So like, of course she's gonna.
She in his mind, she intentionally picked the worst dance.
The worst went style, out to make him look stupid.
The worst style that he doesn't know. That's why she picked.
And we're here to have fun, Benny. We're here to have fun. Like, why are you making this a project?
Listen, there is something about someone who has a mental disorder that the chemical imbalance causes you to act up. Mm-hmm. Which is why a lot of time, if it's so bad, you need medication to get that balance. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to make fun of people who are bipolar or who suffer from some of these type of disorders. Mm-hmm. But he just seemed like that person who's bipolar, who might need to be on his medication.
Vinny, you just need to you need to talk to somebody about this, because it's not okay. And every time you have these episodes where you just kind of blow up, like, and this one was kind of like a more of a controlled blow up, but you're saying I'm okay, but your face is like this. I'm okay.
You come across scary almost.
Yes.
It's like a blank.
Yes, right? Like a blank stare. Almost like it's all he sees is red.
Like he tries his best not to get angry at things. You know, because I guess he knows his reactions is not.
Yeah, he doesn't want to blow up. I think he said that word. That's why I said, "Oh, you be blowing up," right?
No, but
he doesn't want to blow up.
Clap that time.
Yeah, Vinny.
No,
I
but
don't know.
The thing about it is,
I'm nervous for Brianna with this.
Yeah, and so she has to be on eggshell, being careful about what she says, because at first it was champagne on his t-shirt.
Now it's because you did a wrong two-step.
Yeah, he needs services.
All right, sorry, Brianna. We'll get through this. All right, Haley and Jacob. All right, Haley's friend is back, and I know her name. Her name is Lauren. So now Lauren is here, and so Lauren is kind of like trying to catch up with Haley, Lauren and another friend. And she's trying to catch up to see like how things are going with Haley and Jacob. And Haley's talking about she started this process for a reason. Lauren asks, if she thinks that she can bypass all the issues that she has with Jacob. And then Haley was like, yeah, she thinks she can. Haley's thinking that maybe if I change how this man looks, change how he dresses, maybe I will fall in love with him, or I'll start to be attracted to him. So she buys him new clothes to help out with the chemistry.
I like to think that the fact that she bought him those clothes was just a nice gesture versus a transformative gesture. She was trying to make him dress more modern. I think it was just a nice gesture because her buying him clothes came right after the meeting that she had with her friend. Where her friend said, I think almost like, do better.
So she probably really does want to make it work, but doesn't know what to do to make it work. So maybe she's trying all these different things.
But what do you guys think, though? Comment below. Was she trying to make him more modernized because she hates the 80s vibe or style? Or is it more, she just bought him clothes just to buy him clothes?
As it continues, they have this long fight about the attraction. Because he says, you're not attracted to me. Because he keeps bringing that up. He wants to, like he's like, yo, if you're not attracted to me, I don't think this is going to work. He really wants her to, really put some effort into that area. Like, okay, just come sit in my arm like this. Just nestle in. Let's see what happens if you just kind of lay there. Do something. Like,
she's not affectionate, though.
I think that's bull.
You think she's?
I think she's lying. I think she is affectionate. She just doesn't want to be affectionate with him. These people, they get me upset. Like, you know what this show is about. Prepare yourself. Know that you may be matched with someone that you do not like. Like, you're not attracted to.
That's the problem. That's not how marriage works.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're not ready for this type of process because you know what it entails, don't go on that show. You're wasting people's times. You hear me, Chris?
Who?
He's not even on you yet.
But that could be said to about a lot of people that go on that show because you don't know. You're skipping such important part of the process of getting to know the person.
But it's worked. It does work. It has worked for many couples.
Luck of the draw.
So Jacob and Haley's envelope said, what will make you guys fall in love? Then that's when they brought up the attraction thing. Jacob was like, it's less external for him and more personal. He was never really like the gift giving type of guy. It's more of like, I show you how I love you. And so I think they should read the book, The 5 Love Languages, because they need to know how to love each other. So we see Jacob's backyard, his beach backyard. They all came over. It's really cool. He has a really cool house. Like, Jacob, we see why you were so adamant on sharing 7 times over about how much work you put per episode, how much work you put in your house, because it's pretty dope.
That's the difference between the 3 houses, right?
Yeah.
The apartment that they're sharing, their own individual homes. Mm-hmm. What if she is like, I don't want to go to your house. You're going to come to That would be a deal breaker.
Jacob is not letting that go.
He's not letting that
proud
happen.
as he is of that, he got his own gym, he got his own sauna, his own beach, his own everything. Like, he doesn't need to go anywhere else. So they all come over to Jacob's house. They have like a little, it's supposed to be like some pool party or whatever.
Nobody got no worry.
But Brianna comes alone. She doesn't come with Vinny. And I'm like, why isn't he there? He had to do something. Vinny was probably upset, pouting at home. So I'm not coming with you. Knowing Vinny, anything can get him upset. Anything can get him upset.
Probably spill some champagne again.
Right. So now Haley is there and Jacob is there. Right. Virginia and Eric are the first ones that come over. Haley sees the way Virginia and Eric are interacting, and based off of what she sees, she begins to compare her relationship and Jacob's to theirs.
Talk about everybody else too.
Yeah, like, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know that Eric is in a false reality. You know what I'm saying?
He's in a hex, like WandaVision.
Come on. You don't see that Clara is sexually frustrated. You don't see that Vinny about to beat on Brianna.
That's not funny.
I'm sorry.
Like Brianna, Brianna's living with the Hulk.
No, that's what it looks like. Don't compare yourself to others. Stop. Don't do that. Comparison kills. Comparison makes you feel like you're a failure because they show you what they want you to see. That's a whole video for another time. Virginia and Haley start talking about, how men really don't notice things. Like, I think Virginia got her hair done or her eyebrows, or something was different about her, and he didn't notice, or she did something. But he didn't notice. And I can relate. Ladies, I can relate. Men really just don't notice, which is a problem. It's a problem. Maybe they just need to be more intentional. And then Haley says, she says, I really do want this to work. I don't know if she's saying that because she wants her $1,000 for that episode.
She got stimmy. She wants that stimmy.
Or if she really, really means that. I hope she does. And then there's this ladies meeting because the ladies kind of go away together. Paige, of course, is there by herself. So now they're all, because they're girls. Like, Paige says, you know what? I'm done with this relationship. It doesn't serve me anymore. She keeps saying that. I think she practiced those lines because she says it all the time. It doesn't serve me. Anyway. So she, she's like, these girls are like my girls. And so they go away so they could talk together. And they're like, asking her, like, so how things going? And she tells them that she, had a meeting with the baby mom. This is what she said. I had a meeting with Chris's ex-fiance, the mother of his child.
The baby ain't here yet.
But why'd you say that? Because Chris said it to you?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Paige. And they're all like, why is she doing this? Like, why is she giving this man the opportunity?
You see it all on their facial expressions, like, oh my God.
It was bad. Like, because they're really concerned for her, just the way we all are concerned for you, Paige.
I'm not.
And then she says, and he calls me and said that he wants to have a conversation with me. Whatever the good Lord wants. Keep my good Lord out of this. Keep him out. Whatever the good Lord allows me to feel on that day.
She has faith.
Toxic faith. And eventually she goes and meets with him. So the good Lord said yes. So this is where we go into the final couple of the night, okay? Paige and Chris. What?
A couple?
They're a couple.
They are?
Paige and... So now.
They're a couple of something.
Yeah, gotta sit up for this one, right? So Paige and Chris, now, it opens up with Paige meeting Chris's pastor.
Yo,
right?
Pastor, you got to get somebody else out to do this for you. You don't be looking right. The little dye job, the little Bengay, is it whatever it's called?
Bengay.
It's not Bengay. It's called Dugay something. What? Gotta get somebody else to do that for you, bro. That looks so fake on camera, bro. I think Pastor want him some paid.
Right? The way Pastor's married, so like Pastor, you better move back because Paige about to jump your bones. It looked like Paige really wanted him. Like, you know what I think it was? the way he was speaking so well of her and speaking, it's almost like he was speaking life into her.
No.
And she hasn't received that from Chris at all.
No.
Or she's never received it, period. You don't know.
Here's the thing. If Chris is to be believed, because Chris has been posting things on social media while this show's going on. He was saying the meeting that he had with the pastor, the last episode was just him and the pastor and the friend. The pastor was being kind of like disrespectful behind closed door before this happened.
You believe anything Chris says?
Hey, listen. So now the pastor probably already had a motive to call Paige in the first place because maybe he's feeling some type of way about how things went down with Chris that we did not see. And guess what? Everybody want to meet up with Paige, and she's over here ready to meet up with everybody. Meeting with Mercedes, meeting with Chris because Chris wanted to meet.
Paige needs to get her $1,000. She's like, listen, I ain't married no more. Might as well do.
And now meeting with the pastor.
She's spilling the tea. She's telling pastor all Chris's business and what he did, and she keeps using the word duplicitous.
She just learned that from
she
the word
just
of
like
the,
she obviously.
So what if they dictionary?
Let me look up the words. She keeps using it. She says it's duplicitous, treacherous, treacherous, deceitful.
That's Chris.
Yeah, we all learned a new word, guys. Thank you, Paige. And the pastor talks about how, he knows Chris's history and how long before when he first met Chris was engaged again.
So it's
already. So it's not just Mercedes.
3 engagements, including Paige's.
Yes. Well, he didn't have an engagement with Paige, no. And so the pastor calls him double-minded. Accurate.
Triple-minded.
Right? So now it looks like Paige, I don't know. I don't know. The way Paige is kind of looking at the pastor, it's almost like he's filling her up with something she's never had. And so he's kind of quenching a thirst. And in that moment, she was kind of like, you got me. Like if he wanted to take it to the room, he had it.
She wanted to be his armor bearer.
His arms.
Bears
armor. When a wife has a need, I don't care what you say, that need must be met by her spouse. Because there are people out there. Message. Are you paying attention, Boo?
Nope.
Because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all the other men out there. There are people out there who are willing to fulfill that need. And when they receive that need from someone else, it's not that they want to receive it, but because it's a thirst that they've had that this person is quenching, subconsciously, they could fall into anything.
What are you saying?
I don't know. That's what I heard somebody say. Because the way that pastor was really, really pouring into that woman, she was on her knees. Okay?
I really think he was trying to spite Chris because of their argument. Something happened between Pastor and Chris that we don't know about. That was not aired, but Chris has been airing it on Instagram, his Instagram story. By the way, that girl Mercedes' mom posted about Pastor on social media, and Chris shared it. How disrespectful of you as a pastor to be alluding that this girl, my daughter, was lying about this pregnancy.
But he didn't say that. Paige is the one that said it.
But mom went after pastor.
Maybe because pastor's the one that called the meeting. Mm. But Paige says she really doesn't feel like she's pregnant. Then pastor says, is this really done?
But that's all the more reasons for you, Paige, to leave. If a man has to lie about a baby to not be with you, ain't no whatever the good Lord. Nah, stop it.
She keeps putting God in this, though, because then he says it's really done. She said, well, God has led me to a meeting with Chris.
God didn't lead you.
Tell me how? Prove it. What he said to you? What did he say? I can't with this girl. I can't. And so she goes to the meeting with him, and then he's doing this like small.
Why does this dude?
Chris, open your mouth. Open your mouth and speak like a big boy. Sit up, like he's like a little baby. And then he says, "I was mad at you last Sunday, but I'm good now."
Oh,
God, I can't.
And then Paige got up and left for 2 seconds.
Got up. She said, listen, you wasting my time. I'm not doing this. Like, if you're going to talk. Why did you bring me here? So she gets up and she's trying to go.
She got like 2 feet from Chris.
This is the thing. Producers, shame on you.
No, shame on Paige.
I understand.
Guess what? No.
This is their job.
When Chris walk away, they let him walk. He's gone. So it's Paige.
He'd be going and going and going.
So it's not when Chris say, "I want to talk to you," but it's gonna be in the bathroom with the water running so nobody could hear us. It happens. Don't tell me that as the producers are making Paige to go back and sit down.
But they did. They said, "Listen,
no,
don't just leave like now. Let him know what your motives are. Like, is it done? Because you just left and said I'm done."
But they
like,
know it's not done because she did her She did her stimmy.
And that's why they wanted her to go back, because they wanted something juicy. They know that she's a weak vessel, and so they put her back in the lion's den. That's not nice, because the lion definitely devoured.
That's on her.
He came in and, she said, she was like, "You got me looking crazy." Girl, you been looking crazy. Been.
And last week we gave her mad praise too, mad props. Like, yeah, she walking away from this.
And then Chris comes with this mumbo jumbo. I don't know what to do. If I have a son and I need to raise him, but what if somebody else raises him? But what if I'm making the wrong decision by making the right decision?
And Paige
says, "I appreciate your honesty."
And he asked for a chance to reset. She threw the clipboard away.
So can we start over?
Hi.
That's the last thing she says.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Paige. What?
Yeah.
Fatra. Somebody say fatra. You know what that means?
Fatra.
Garbage.
Ooh, she gave you the Creole.
Start what over? What has ever been? You start something over that was.
Mm-hmm.
There never was a was. So what are we starting over?
That's a word. Paige, where was your was?
Where is your was? Because your was has never been. So we ain't starting nothing over. This is where we end. Because I'm getting heated with this sweater on.
Paige, let's see what else you bring us next week.
Well, she feels like if God brought her here, she should stay.
Paige, God ain't writing the story. The producers are at this point. The producers are the writers of this story.
It ain't God.
And for your sake, I hope we're wrong. I hope we watch the reunion show a couple of years from now.
Yeah, in a couple of months.
A couple of months from now, you guys are happy. But just watching Chris's Instagram, I don't think there's anything going on with y'all.
That's the thing, guys. I don't know. This is Irvin's really first time watching a season, but usually you're not allowed. Like, we don't have access to their social media. I'm wondering, why do we have access to their social media? Why?
Vinny just started to post.
Why do we know what Vinny is doing? Why do we know what Chris is doing?
As of today, what's today's date? Today's the March
13th.
March 13th. Vinny posted twice. I mean, I saw his social media, his Instagram, a couple days ago through Chris, because Chris added him on something.
I don't know.
But he has 2 posts so far. So
that is weird.
And not one of his posts is him in therapy. I want to see you post. Hey, Vinny, I need to see you posting a picture walking into your therapist's office. Then we'll have some respect.
Y'all, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We tired, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Comment down below what your thoughts are for this season with these couples and what we said. Like, if you have any comments to add to what we said, get in on the conversation, and we'll see each other next time. But before you go, don't forget to what?
Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And share this with
5 people. And we will see you in our next video.
Until then.
Until next time. This is y'all.